Friends, welcome to math. Today we are going to start our last 3 lessons for the whole year, and we're going to be talking about time. Okay, so, and I'm not even going to use the application problem today or fluency. We're just going to dive into our video today, and we're going to look at our time. So let's share our screen. All right, so today, if you have access to a printer, you can print this template off. Okay, and it's in your Google Classroom. It says template 1 for lesson 10. It's a big old circle that looks like a pizza, and then you've got 2 arrows at the bottom. Okay, but Miss Curry is going to explain to us what we're going to do with this. You're also going to need 2 crayons. You need an orange and a yellow crayon. You also are going to need scissors, and you're going to need something called a brad, but we don't have brads. And if you don't have one at home, there's some other ways you can do it, and we'll show you how you can do it. Okay, so let's get started.
Hi friends, it's Miss Curry.
Hi, Miss Curry.
Guess what time it is? It's time to learn about time. For this lesson, you'll need this circle template. It kind of looks like a pizza or a pie. You'll need a yellow and an orange crayon and a pair of scissors. And finally, you'll need a brad fastener. I'm going to show you up close what a brad fastener looks like. Now, it kind of looks like a nail, and then it has these 2 little arms that come off it that open like this. My brad fasteners are teeny tiny. Yours might be bigger. If you don't have a brad fastener, a hairpin or a pipe cleaner cut to about this length, or a rock will get the job done. I'll show you some ways to improvise, and you know Miss Curry likes to improvise. Push pause now and go gather your materials.
All right, we've got everything. I'm actually not going to use a brad today. This is our circle.
It's a circle. Let's cut out the circle, but very, very careful. You're going to use this for the next several lessons.
You're going to
the only part that you're going to cut
dark black
is
line.
This bold part around the outside. Now, I like to think of my scissors as a train, and I've got to keep the train on the tracks. It's always best to slowly, because careful scissor experts never rush.
And if you need
chug
time,
together while we cut.
You can always pause.
Chug, 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 chug.
If you cut that out, throw this part away because you still need this. So you can cut this off.
If I finish before you, pause now and carefully finish cutting. Keep those trains on the tracks.
If you need more time, just pause.
The next thing I want you to do is find this line. You see them all?
See them right here?
I want you to find the one that has the dotted line going right about down the center. I want you to just darken this with your pencil. Do that now and put that line at the very top like line.
So here's my line. I'm darkening it.
Now let's talk about these dotted lines. What do you notice about them?
There's a bunch of them. What do you notice?
Some people see the dotted lines as starting in the center and moving out towards the edge of the circle. I wonder how many there are. Let's count them together.
Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's look at the space between the lines. Are they equal sizes, or are all of the parts different sizes? In other words, if it was a pizza and I was sharing these slices with my friends, would we all have the same size slice?
We would, because look, you can
These
count.
parts
1,
are
2,
all
3, 4.
equal.
1, 2, 3,
Let's
4.
count the parts. When we get to the edge of a part, we'll write a number. So let's everybody start up at the top. Count with me. 1. Let's write 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Mine doesn't have a little line there.
Mine doesn't.
I'm just
either.
going to write it at the bottom. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Make sure that your circle looks like my circle.
So far, so good. If you need more time, pause it.
Does this look like something that you recognize?
It does.
Maybe something you've seen before in your classroom?
Mm-hmm. Looks like a clock.
This is a clock, and you're going to learn how to tell time to the hour. Color in the 12 parts so we can see them more easily. We're going to use yellow and orange to color in our sections. Let's start with yellow. Between 12 and 1, let's color this section yellow. We'll color the next part orange. This is just to help us see the different sections.
And if you
Most
need more
clocks are
time
not colored
to
this
color
way.
this in, you can always
This is
pause.
just for us since we're learning. Then back to yellow.
You can
What
always
color comes
pause.
next in the pattern?
Orange.
Orange. And we'll keep alternating between yellow and orange until the clock is all colored.
I'm going to pause her because she's going a little too fast for us. If you need to pause me, you can pause me too. Just keep alternating between orange and yellow. Oops. Okay, as we get to the end here, if you need more time to color yours, then you can pause this video and color the rest in. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna hit play.
Pause if you need extra time time to finish coloring your clock. Look at this clock. What else do you notice on this clock that we don't have on our clock so far?
It has arrow hands. See these right here?
Those black things. Yes, and there's a red one too. These black things are called clock hands. The red hand is called the second hand, and it tick, tick, ticks along for every second that passes. But we are only going to add the black hands for now. This short one is called the hour hand, and the longer hand is called the minute hand. Can you point to the short hand on this clock? That's the hour hand. Now point to the longer one. That is the minute hand. We are going to carefully cut out these clock hands. Chugga, 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 chugga,
careful when you get to the
chugga,
points on the
chugga,
side.
chugga, chugga. Chug, chug. There we have it. Push pause if you need extra time to cut out your clock hand.
Well, she's like Speedy Gonzales here. She can cut out a lot faster than we can. So let's carefully cut those off so you don't cut your arrow point off. Okay, so there's one. Find my hour hand. Same thing. Follow the dark black line. All right, if you need more time to cut, then you just hit pause and pause the video to cut out.
For this next part, we're going to assemble or put together the parts of our clock. I want you to find the short hand, the hour hand. And if you have a brad fastener, push it from the top down so that it pokes through like that.
I'm going to use a paper
And
clip.
then you're going to get the minute hand and poke through the center of this black dot like that.
See, I'm
And
just
then you're going to push the brad fastener down through the top of the clock, right through that black dot.
I'm gonna
When we turn it over, you should see the two arms of the brad fastener.
Now I'm gonna
And then you can just
through here.
apart like that. And this is what holds hands on the and helps them be able to move. I'm going to quickly show you some ways to improvise if you don't have a brad fastener. Here's how you can do it with a little hairpin like this.
I used a paper clip. Now I can, well, sort of move. It's kind of hard, isn't it?
Now I'll show you with a pipe cleaner. Push the pipe cleaner through about halfway,
See, I can move it.
down through the minute
It takes a
hand,
little.
halfway, and then push it down
Movement.
through the center of the clock. A paper clip would work the same way. And finally, if you don't have any of those other items, you could just take a rock or something small and heavy. And after you make the clock say a certain time, you can just take the rock and set it right in the center. That'll hold your hands in place. Can you believe that by the end of this lesson, you'll know what time this clock shows? Let's lay our clocks down so that 12 is at the very top and the 6 is really close to our belly buttons. This clock is showing 12 o'clock. At midnight or 12 o'clock every night, we start a new day. As each minute goes by, both clock hands move.
If I can't get mine to move.
The minute hand moves faster than the hour hand, and when it goes all the way around the clock and is back up pointing at the 12, and the hour hand is pointing at the next number, that means that we've just completed an hour. We can look to the hour hand to see which hour we've completed in the new day. This clock's hour hand is at
1 o'clock.
1. When we get through a full hour and no extra minutes have passed, and the minute hand is still pointing up at the 12, we say o'clock at the end. So this clock reads 1 o'clock.
O'clock.
Have you ever heard anybody say 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock? That means that it's exactly at the new hour. This is how we see 1 o'clock on a digital clock, the kind of electronic clock you see on a microwave, an oven, a cell phone, or a computer. We see the hour first, and no extra minutes have passed. What time is this?
Oh, let's see. Our hour hand is
It's
on
a little hard to see, so I'm going
3.
to count them with you again. 1,
1, 2,
2,
3.
3. This is 3 o'clock. Move the hands of your clock so that it's 11 o'clock.
So let's look for the 11. Here's my 11. And we want to move the hour hand. So our minute hand
Which
still
hand
stays
did
at
you move?
12.
The hour hand or the minute hand?
We changed the hour hand.
Hopefully you said the hour hand. That's the short one. This is what 11 o'clock looks like. On your whiteboard, show 10 o'clock the way you would see it on a digital clock.
Okay, so let me get my marker here. And we're going to write it 10. Whoops. 10.
You should have the number 10 and these 2 dots, and then 2 zeros to show no minutes have passed. Way to go. This is new learning for many of you. And you made your very own clock. Are you going to just throw this away?
Nope.
No way. Think about where you're going to put it so that you know where to find it for the next few lessons. I want to show you a special learning clock that your teacher might have. It looks like this. It helps you learn about telling time. So in the next few lessons, if you have one of these clocks, you can use that too. Or if the lesson calls for this type of special learning clock, you can just use the clock we made because they both do the same thing. Well, now it's time for the problem set. Your must-do problems are 2, 3, A through F, and 3, M through O. Do your very best thinking for 10 minutes, and if there's time left over, try any of the other problems. I'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Miss Curry. All right. Here's the deal. Here's how we're doing this today, guys. If you've watched this entire video and you did the clock with me, then you don't have an assignment today, okay? You just have to turn this in. That's it. If you want to practice and do these problems, that's fine. You can do them. That's not a big deal. But I am not making you complete any assignment today. Your assignment was to help make the clock for you to use. If you want to attempt the problem set, go for it. Doesn't matter to me, but all you have to do today is turn it in. Okay, guys? So stop sharing. That's all we had to do for today's lesson. Now, tomorrow we're going to keep talking about time. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.